concern is growing over a possible outbreak of a new SARS-like virus.
The mystery virus started here in the city of Wuhan.
So far with the current virus, we have limited human-to-human transmission, but what we are preparing for is the possibility that there will be.
Our goal here is to detect this virus early so that we can better understand it.
The global community is very familiar with what has happened with SARS in the past, and this is something that is on our radar.
The Public Health Agency of Canada says Canadians are at a low risk of infection given that Canada has no direct flights from Wuhan.
Once there was 1, 2, and then 3 confirmed exported cases internationally from Wuhan, then we asked the question, is that consistent with the very low numbers currently being reported?
On December 31st, 2019, Wuhan Municipal Health Commission in Wuhan, China, reported a cluster of cases of what they believed to be pneumonia. In the days ahead, they eventually confirmed that what they thought to be pneumonia was actually a novel coronavirus that was spreading rapidly. The virus spread so far and wide and was not contained fast enough that on March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization categorized the spread of the virus as a global pandemic. Since then, every country around the world has been affected. No matter your economic status, race, religion, or age, the coronavirus known as COVID-19 does not discriminate. During the height of the pandemic, people were mandated by the government to quarantine in their homes with their immediate social bubbles. Countries and cities went into lockdown. Changes for mandatory social distancing and not leaving your home besides getting essential goods was a dramatic endeavor for everyone. The isolation of lockdown started to take its toll on our livelihoods and began to take a grim effect on people's mental health.
I guess on an emotional level and family level, it's been extremely tough.
We're about 2 months in at this point from finishing work, and I'm now working from home.
I've been out here in Cairo since March 1st, and it's been exactly 2 months right now.
Also für mich, ich musste halt sehr schnell ins Homeoffice gehen, also Anfang März schon, jetzt vor 8 Monaten.
For myself, I'm in 2 different industries, one being recruitment, one being the service industry, both of which I've been laid off.
I'm pretty much unable to find a job at the current moment. I graduated last year in October, and now it's May, and I was looking for a job in around March, but then the pandemic hit, so womp womp for that.
Yeah, all shows have been cancelled. Any budgets that I've had with clients or labels or managers, artist managers, so on and so forth, have been completely cut.
I came out here on a personal project, and I came out here with a plan and a goal, and unfortunately pandemic happened, and we're all kind of stuck in our homes and trying to stay safe and get through this time.
I've been laid off from my job, and I can't say that I loved it. I was looking for a different opportunity already, but being laid off, of course, makes you really doubt yourself, makes you feel a little talentless.
It's been fine. I'm a little bit of a hermit. I enjoy staying home with my animals as much as possible. I still miss some social interactions, of course, but the Zoom calls have been great for that, and I get to do that in my pajamas from home.
I'm a videographer for a company in town, so I feel super grateful that there was a bunch of footage stockpiled that I can continue working and editing from home for now.
Well, staying in the studio.
Staying in the studio, being our creative selves, upping our inspirational game, doing some online kind of painting and drawing teachings, and yeah,
I guess focusing on more what we can do instead of what we can't do right now. That's kind of what's been getting us through this, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
But of course, we can't go to mural.
I mean, we're professional muralists, so this time of year we'd be out doing a lot of projects, and so that's slowed right down and brought it into our home here.
We're missing community, but we know this is going to pass, and we'll get back out there.
Yeah, it's been a tough year career-wise, but I've been lucky in the sense that the education side of my career, I teach at a tertiary college, has been solid. I've been able to teach online and work a bit more agile in that sense.
We have to be sort of role models up front of stability, of something that is constant and safe and welcoming. So when we had our first case of COVID at the school and we had our staff meeting, you could feel the panic and the worry of what are we going to do, and what if it's in my classroom? The questions, and we got zero answers because of privacy. And we just had to suck it up and put a smile on our faces and talk to the kids calmly and email parents back calmly, even though we had no information.
It's hard reading those numbers. Like just now, Ontario has 1,000 cases that keeps going up every day, and they said they'll get to 2,000 cases every day. So it's really scary, especially how the pandemic is going to affect people who are working on the front lines, and it just keeps on impacting them. Hospitals are overcrowded, especially, schools are moving towards more virtual than in person. It's just a completely different livelihood, and it's just scary, it's frightening, and sometimes I don't want to think about it.
I've struggled with a lot of medical issues throughout the pandemic. It's made it a lot harder for me and my family members and my girlfriend to get medical attention, and it's made it me lose faith in the medical system. However, I do understand that it is put at full capacity right now because of COVID. Just unfortunately, has made it very difficult, more difficult than the pandemic needed to be for me.
For me as a business owner, obviously that's been a little bit scary. At first, we were really unsure what was going to happen. We weren't sure if our business was going to make it out of this, if we were still going to be in business, or if what was going to happen. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Die aktuelle Situation macht mir tatsächlich ein bisschen, nicht Angst, aber Sorge, weil man nicht wirklich weiß, ob Corona jemals weggehen wird oder ob es für immer jetzt ein Teil unseres Lebens bleiben wird.
It's difficult when you have a plan in place and things just don't go accordingly. And that's normal. And I remind myself that everybody's in the same boat as me.
My girlfriend and I have still been hanging out throughout the pandemic. That's been our one sacrifice, where we've still tried to talk to each other because we're just used to being so close.
Meine Freundin, die mit mir zusammen wohnt, musste aber erstmal zu Hause bleiben und konnte nicht zur Arbeit, weil sie im Kindergarten arbeitet.
I'm unable to see my girlfriend because she's socially isolating because of her mom. And so that's probably the hardest thing, is not being able to see her during the times when, you kind of need someone there for you the most.
My wife is Canadian. I am Australian, based here in Sydney, Australia, and we have a 1-year-old son. Usually, even before he was born, when it was just my wife and I, we would travel back to Canada at least once a year, at least. And the plan always was to, fly over to Canada so that all my in-laws, my wife's family, could meet our son. The fact that hasn't been able to happen has been really tough, in particular for my wife, although, it is affecting myself as well.
I miss my friends, I miss my family, I miss humans, I miss that interaction and hugging and kissing and loving on everybody, and I can't wait to just hold everyone tighter and kiss everyone longer and just enjoy their company and appreciate it.
Alleine sein hat mich jetzt nicht schlimm beeinflusst, weil ich sowieso nicht, das klingt so traurig, aber nicht so viel mit Leuten eigentlich gemacht habe, sondern viel Zeit alleine verbracht habe sowieso, Computerspiele und solche Sachen.
As soon as I got laid off, I decided that this is the time to really feel sorry for myself and do what I want. So I started eating everything. I started playing The Sims, my favorite game since childhood. That really gives me this feeling of control over something, because when I can't control my life, at least I can control someone else's.
Overall, it's not been a good year, particularly for all my colleagues working in the industry, from artists to crew to artist managers to anyone, everyone's hurting big time. So it's been a tough year.
I'm depressed, to the point where my intake is more liquid than food. I'm a social person. I seek out social contact because it lets me feel not like a social outcast for just a short time. I don't want to endanger my aging mother and my further aging grandmother. Not to mention the housemates I have that are both much older than I am. I hate my choices, but I have few options. I'm sending this to you in a dark basement. I don't want to be here, but it feels safe at this point. In this time of self-isolation, social distancing, and sheer panic, we have a responsibility to be there for each other. Are we allowed to be afraid of the unknown? Sure. However, we are a family, whether we like it or not.
It has made us have to get a lot closer as a family and talk to each other more.
My friends and family in Canada have been so wonderful, and they've helped me raise money to help out a couple of the shelters out here. So it's been wonderful.
I have family in Ireland, and they keep telling us that globally, Canada seems to be one of the envied countries right now, and how we're handling COVID and how citizens were being treated. So that's something to be really, really proud of.
The single quality that is common across every living thing on this planet is fear. It's kind of funny then that as common as fear is, we so easily underestimate its power.
To see the current state of our world, it's scary. I don't think we realize that, but we're all used to it in our little bubble. I don't really pay attention sometimes to what's going out there, but it's really important to know, especially, what is going on in your own country and especially around the world, because so many people are affected by this, and that just makes you feel how lucky you are and how you can help others by maintaining a safe space at home.
The fear of growing close to someone, subsequent fear of loss. The fear of failure. As more people depend on you, those fears can grow greater too. But fear itself isn't worthy of concern. Rather, it's who we become while in its clutches. Will you be proud of that person?
As a whole, this whole quarantine thing, I'd say trying to focus on the positive of what we're all going through together is trying to, well, exactly that, like see that we're all in this together, and use this time to highlight the things that we shouldn't take for granted in life, like our friends and our family, and the fact that we can go downtown and visit our favorite restaurant whenever we want.
Things seem to be on the up and up now, and we've taken this time. We've had more time than we've had since opening the business, and we really needed this time. So
it seems like things are slowly opening back up here in Australia, which is a small but positive step in terms of the industry, local industry in Australia at least.
In Deutschland war es nicht so schlimm, glaube ich, wie jetzt zum Beispiel in den USA, weil wir haben es hier früh angefangen zu bekämpfen, früh Quarantäne verhängt und die Leute nach Hause geschickt und so. Und
it's funny how we take for granted just the simple things in life, and I just pray that we get out of this healthy and safe and better humans and kinder.
You know, just focus on the blessings. That's what's kind of getting us through. And of course, it's upsetting, but I mean, all we can do is, as Kim said, is focus on what we can do, right?
Just see the light at the end of the tunnel and see this for what it is. So it's an opportunity for the whole planet to sort of see that there really isn't anything separating us as humans, because this virus shows that there's no difference between us, that we're all the same.
I hope that we get back to normal and we start loving ourselves again very soon. Yeah, I hope this is helpful, and I hope that me saying this helps you understand that you're not alone with this, and we're all in this together, and we're all feeling things that we don't want to be feeling.
Yeah, really looking forward to when all this bullshit is over, basically. Like, you know, every single other person on this planet.
Everybody just needs to stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of one another, and we're all going to get through this, and I'm feeling really positive. I think it's going to be okay.
I've tried to record this like several times and I get super emotional. So I just want to send all my love to everybody. Everybody stay safe, and we will all be reunited really, really soon. So just lots of love and kisses.
I'm past patiently waiting. I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action, an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of sorrow. For the first time, I'm thinking about tomorrow.